Muncie drivers were diverted from a portion of Walnut Street this morning. We'll tell you what led to the detour coming up.
Plus, with the holiday weekend on the way, we'll tell you what one local business is doing to help people prepare.
After a rainy day today, we are going to be getting a break. I'll have the details coming up later on in this newscast.
From Ball State Unified Media, this is NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being with us. I'm Alicia Ruggs.
And I'm Rachel Russell. Welcome to NewsLink Indiana.
Our top story tonight, a former Ball State student is facing charges of sexually assaulting another student on campus. 19-year-old Maxwell Sharon has been arrested on charges of rape and sexual battery stemming from an on-campus assault first reported last August. According to the Star Press, a female student came forward to accuse Sharon of attacking her after they agreed to meet on the evening of August 23rd. The student said Sharon raped her in his dorm room after the two got together that night. Sharon was being held on a $25,000 bond today in the Delaware County Jail, but posted bail. His trial is set for August 6th.
One person is injured after a stabbing and robbery this morning at IUPUI. IUPUI officials sent out a warning about the incident shortly before 7:30 this morning. The stabbing happened in the Blackford Street garage. No information has been released on the condition of the victim, and at around 8:45 this morning, officials said that the suspect was off campus.
And traffic is back to normal tonight after Walnut Street closed due to leaking oil. Earlier this afternoon, a rented Penske truck hit a telephone pole and ruptured its fuel tank. The resulting oil leak forced emergency crews to close Walnut Street. About 70 gallons of diesel fuel spilled into the Dollar Family parking lot and nearby sewer system. After firefighters temporarily created a dam on an affected drain, the fuel spill was contained and traffic went back to normal.
Now, Alicia, I don't know about you, but I know I am definitely sick of this rain.
And I'm also sick of the coldness.
Yeah. Ethan, what can you tell us?
You know, luckily we are going to be getting a break from the rain, but today was just it was warm, but we just had all this rain today, but we are going to be getting a break. 55 degrees was our high today, and believe it or not, that's right at our average high, 55 degrees. And our record high set back on this date in 1963 was a very nice 78 degrees. We weren't near that, but eventually we'll get there, but not right now. And you can see here on radar, rain across all the state of Indiana, but you can see back in Illinois and in northwestern Indiana, you can see some clearing, and that's what's going to be happening very late tonight and into tomorrow. So I'll be having when the rain is going to be ending, your weekend forecast, and what it's going to look like on Easter Sunday coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Ethan. A mother and grandmother have now been charged with neglect. Wednesday night, Rhonda Richardson's 2-year-old son was playing in the middle of the street when he was found by his aunt. The aunt was holding the child when Richardson put a knife to her neck. The boy was left in the care of his grandmother, Madeline Skinner, while the mother went to buy cigarettes. Both Richardson and Skinner were intoxicated, blowing over the legal limit. They are both being charged with neglect and public intoxication.
A Portland man has been sentenced to 12 years in prison after he admitted to attacking another man with a knife. Zachary DeVega was accused of repeatedly stabbing Christopher Lawton last August. DeVega pleaded to guilty possession of meth in a court case filed weeks before last summer's stabbing and has been sentenced to time already served in jail. 2 charges of attempted murder and battery with a deadly weapon against DeVega have been dismissed.
A convicted sex offender in Muncie was arrested after asking a 13-year-old to have sex. Michael Horn was arrested on Tuesday with preliminary count of child solicitation. A Muncie man reported that his daughter went to the home of Horn, who was described as a family friend. The girl told authorities Horn said he was using crack cocaine and said it made him do inappropriate things. He denied making any sexual advances toward her. Horn is being held in the Delaware County Jail on a $5,000 bond.
The landscape of downtown Muncie is changing once again as more businesses are on the way.
NewsLink Indiana's Tyler Brummett tells us what's coming.
Downtown Muncie is changing once again. A total of 3 new businesses are shaking up the city. Earlier this month, downtown flea market, oddities, and antique opened on South Walnut Street in a space that used to be vacant. But they aren't the only new business in town. Lehoti Meats will be opening a steakhouse, and Mahdi Grill will be moving their restaurant to the historic Rose Court. Longtime Muncie resident Kenneth Davenport says he's glad to see the changes that are coming to the downtown Muncie landscape.
Businesses here It's opening up. It'll be a good process for them and for the people to have something different. I just think that more people should come to Muncie to look and invest here or bring their jobs here.
With these new businesses coming to downtown Muncie, the city is hoping to capitalize on the financial opportunity that these businesses will present. You might even say that the city is trying to turn a corner and reach out to people of all ages.
I think there's something going back for the younger people especially, that they have something to do and look forward to.
The changes to downtown Muncie are expected to continue as 2 storefronts on Walnut Street are still currently vacant. In Muncie, Tyler Brummett, NewsLink, Indiana.
For more information on what's coming to downtown Muncie, you can go to downtownmuncie.org. It's a popular theory that kids learn foreign languages better at a younger age.
Westview Elementary School in Muncie is putting that theory to the test. NewsLink Indiana's Tony Sandlaben tells us how kids may come home and say both hello and hola.
Meet Mrs. Morales' kindergarten class. No, they're not learning English as a second language. They're learning Spanish for the first time.
Students spend 80% of their day receiving instruction in Spanish.
Katie Strom Morales is one of 2 teachers running Westview's inaugural dual language program. The idea is to get kids exposed to another culture at a young age so they can live more diverse lives in the future.
So it's things that they are learning from us and I'm learning from them. So sentences that for them are polite, for me not. We manage like the part of the culture I think that I learn from them and they learn from me.
Nyla Salvato is another teacher in the dual language program. She came to Muncie from Spain to help teach these classes. Westview principal Eric Ambler says dual language is impacting more than just the students in the program.
I think one of the things that really comes to mind is how this is impacting our entire school's culture. For example, our music teacher is incorporating Spanish and Latin music into her curriculum just to support and to enhance the program for dual language kindergarten. Our art teacher is also doing the same thing.
The plan is to expand the program year by year as this inaugural class goes through elementary school to eventually include all elementary school students and possibly expand to other schools in the district. In Muncie, Tony Sandlaben, NewsLink, Indiana.
Westview also has a tutor for students if their parents are interested in speaking Spanish with their kids.
A community organization is hosting a holiday event for Easter weekend. The details coming up.
And speaking of Easter, we'll tell you what one local business is doing to help people prepare for the holiday. All that and more after the break.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
So I've come up with the family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Kids around the community are anxiously waiting for Saturday. The Knights of Columbus will be hosting their annual Easter egg hunt on Saturday morning. More than 4,000 Easter eggs will be hidden, including prize eggs. Around 250 kids are expected to gather at the Knight of Columbus Council Hall. Brad Robertson, the youth director, is anticipating a great turnout.
We have about 4,500 eggs, and it takes about an hour to set them all out and about 3 minutes for the kids to find them all.
The Easter egg hunt is open to the public, and participants are encouraged to arrive 10 to 15 minutes early. For more information, call 765-215-6816. And with Easter this weekend, many kids will be participating in more than just those Easter egg hunts. They'll also be looking for baskets full of eggs and candy.
NewsLink Indiana Samantha Johnson takes us to Yorktown, where you can make your own Easter basket.
She is going to weave this little Easter bunny basket.
The reed is made in the rainforest, but the baskets are made right here in Yorktown.
And now she is doing the measuring of 3.5 by 3.5.
The baskets are detailed, but the process, not so much.
It could be 2 hours or less.
With a little weaving, a little patience, and a little love, owner of Yorktown's Forever Baskets, Linda Swanger, offers a wide variety of designs in her basket weaving classes, including a whole line of Easter baskets.
So I enjoyed the teaching. I've always had a passion for baskets, even before I started weaving.
And since 1993, these basket classes have been popular with kids of all ages, with her oldest customer being 96 years young.
They're fun. They're really fun.
Friend and neighbor Linda Boring has made nearly 20 baskets.
And I'll go around a corner, then I'll hand it to you because I know you know how to do this.
And today is making the ever-popular bunny basket.
It looks good.
Swanger says she loves teaching new customers and doesn't do it for the money, but instead the fun.
Yes, baskets are my passion.
Swanger hopes this Easter season she can help every bunny make an Easter basket. In Yorktown, Samantha Johnson, NewsLink, Indiana.
For a full list of services at Forever Baskets, you can visit their website at foreverbasketsin.com. Now, Ethan, what's coming up in weather?
After a rainy day today, things are going to be changing, but not for long. 46 right now here on campus. Winds out of the north-northeast, 15 miles an hour. So it feels like it's 40 degrees, but I'll have the full details on when the rain is going to end and the weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all.
Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Now, Ethan, last year I remember wearing a nice springy dress on Easter. Can I expect that this year?
You know, unfortunately, I don't have good news for that, but it will be dry on Easter, just a lot cooler to say the least. But for right now, we've been dealing with rain that we've been dealing with all day today, and that's going to be the story as we go throughout the evening hours and tonight and tomorrow as well. 46 right now here on campus, winds out of the north-northeast, 15 miles an hour, so it feels like it's 40 degrees outside, so have your rain gear out and a jacket too. And temperatures all across the state pretty similar, 46 in Indianapolis, 43 in Kokomo, 47 in Terre Haute, and good evening folks down in Bloomington. You also are sitting at 47 degrees right now, and all of these places had rain today, and you can see that here. We had just over an inch of rain here in Muncie, just over 1.1 inches in Indianapolis, but the more south you go, look at Bloomington, almost 1.5 inches of rain, and that's just from today, but luckily that's going to be ending soon as we go into tonight and tomorrow. You can see here right now we still have some rain on the radar, but you can see out in Illinois and in northwest Indiana, all of this is clearing, and that's going to be happening as we go in a few hours ahead tonight and tomorrow. And you can see that here in Precision Cast as we go through the day tomorrow, and this is going to be great. Clouds are going to be moving out, bringing a nice day to end the work week. A little cool, but once we get into the Saturday, take a look here. Here's Friday night. Clouds are going to be slowly moving in from the northwest again, and along with some rain. I promise to keep rain out for a short amount of time, but this is for Saturday. You can see here Saturday 1 o'clock. The rain will be short-lived just throughout the afternoon, and it will be just out in time for Easter on Sunday. For tonight, though, 36 degrees. The rain will slowly be ending. Winds out of the north, 5 to 10 miles an hour, so not bad. But have your jacket outside with you, and don't forget your umbrella if you are going to be out tonight. A little bit chilly, still below average for this time of the year. And then tomorrow we have the green light. Temperatures all in the 30s, which is above average for the morning temperatures. But the rain will slowly be ending, and the skies will be clearing as we go through the day tomorrow. And it will be a nice day to end the work week. And you can see 49 tomorrow by 3 o'clock, but the high won't be coming actually until 6 o'clock tomorrow. 51 degrees, and you can see also clearing skies as we get to 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock, and that will be going into Saturday, as well. And that'll be the story on Saturday as well. But look at Easter, mostly sunny skies, 44 degrees, not a bad day for Easter, but a lot cooler than what it was last year, nearly 30 degrees cooler than what it was before. And that's still below average for this time of the year. Here, the coolest day is actually going to be Easter, 44 degrees. But look at what happens as we go through the week. Our next chances of rain come Tuesday, 58 degrees, with a 70% chance of rain in the later afternoon hours before we get back into the 40s for Wednesday and Thursday. And those temperatures also are still below normal for this time of the year. But not a bad Easter overall, just cold.
All right, thank you so much, Ethan. Now, Colton, what's coming up in sports?
Well, tonight you can catch some baseball and some men's volleyball news, but that's all coming up right after the break.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore. So you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Colton Howard with sports. Ball State's baseball team is coming off a 13-5 offensive showcase against the Valparaiso Crusaders. Head coach Rich Maloney said the runs scored in Monday's game built up team confidence, but focus has shifted to their matchup against Central Michigan. After winning their first series last weekend against Kent State, pitching and defense are priorities against the Chippewas. With this being their first conference home game, the Cardinals would love to come up on top. Maloney said the team's ultimate goal in every series is to take 2 out of the 3 games.
Pitch really well and play good defense that will, throughout the MAC season, we'll have a chance to win. So every time when you hold the team down, you're at least in the game. And then if we get a timely hit, we have a chance to be pretty good. So that certainly happened to us last weekend. We need to repeat that this weekend.
But before they take on Central Michigan, NewsLink Indiana's Kara Burnett went to Ball State's practice to see if they knew why today was so special in the baseball world.
The day has finally come. It is Major League Baseball's opening day. And what better way to see what to expect out of the season than to talk to the Ball State baseball team.
But when asked what today was, they were less than confident.
Today is Thursday, March 29th, 2018.
Today is March 29th.
Today is Thursday, March 29th, 2018.
So maybe they just needed a reminder from head coach Rich Maloney.
Opening day.
Okay.
Today's opening day, one of the greatest days in mankind.
Boys, what is today?
Opening day. Today's opening day.
Did you forget?
Yeah, at the moment I did, but I actually got an update on my phone. The Cubs are going to be playing at 12:40.
But who do they think will win it all after just one day of play?
New York Yankees.
I'm a big White Sox fan, and 2018 champs, hopefully.
Well, I think the Houston Astros are outstanding. I think the New York Yankees will be outstanding with their new lineup.
In Muncie, Kara Burnett, NewsLink, Indiana.
All right, thanks, Kara. And the first pitch for the series against Central Michigan is set for tomorrow at 3 p.m. The Ball State men's volleyball team is getting down to crunch time. With just 4 games remaining in the regular season, the Cardinals sit in 4th in the MEVA standings. Ball State is looking to stay in the top 4 in the MEVA and to secure a home conference tournament quarterfinal game. After dropping games to both Loyola and Lewis last weekend, Ball State is looking to use home court advantage to rebound in the standings. Ball State has 2 must-win games this weekend, hosting Lindenwood and Quincy. Men's volleyball head coach Joel Walton talks about the keys to victory in tomorrow's game against Lindenwood.
Against Lindenwood, we need to serve tough. We need to take advantage of being in the arena, being in our home environment. We want to put serving pressure on Lindenwood and try and keep their setter off the net. When their setter's on the net, when he has an opportunity, he likes to get the ball to their middle attackers, and they have two very good middle attackers, Schindler and Hepelius. Those 2 guys get up, take good swings, move the ball around, and they put a lot of pressure on your block and your defense.
First serve for tomorrow's game is set for 7:30.
Now, it looks like there's a lot of those home games coming up like this weekend that we can all go to support our Cardinals.
Yeah, absolutely. Baseball and men's volleyball at home this weekend, so if you're not heading back home, plenty of stuff to do right here in Muncie.
That sounds awesome, Colton. Thank you. Now, a group in Kenya had quite the visitor during a tour of the African safari.
And a popular television show is discussing a reunion. Those stories are next in Trending.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back. Now it's time to take a look at what's trending.
Here to give us the latest in NewsLink Indiana's Reagan Geiger. Reagan, what do you have for us?
Rachel and Alicia, good evening. Let's get right into it. Safari turned into a petting zoo. Check this out. A tourist jeep at a national reserve in Kenya got an interesting visitor when a cheetah jumped up into their jeep to take a break from the hot sun. The cheetah stretched and made himself comfortable for quite some time, leaving the tourists on board shocked. The tourists were told not to move or make eye contact, and one even said after the cheetah left, he could finally breathe again.
I would have been frozen. I don't know what I would have done. I would have been like, oh my gosh.
And the cheetah was in there for 45 minutes, so they had quite a while with him.
That's crazy.
I know.
What else do you have for us?
If you're a fan of the well-known show The Office, you may be getting a little extra thing of a Christmas present this year. The popular show The Office ended in May of 2013, but one of the show's lead characters, Jim, played by John Krasinski, is all in for making one more season of the show. Although him and his wife, Emily Blunt, are prepared to star in a new movie, he is willing to cut the time out for one more season. Nothing is officially decided on whether or not the show will be making a comeback, but John says it's looking good.
Now, I did not watch the show The Office, but I think if I start now, I might have time to binge watch it all before Christmas.
I am a huge fan of The Office, so I'm extremely excited for this.
We can have a cast, like NewsLink, just watch The Office all together before this upcoming thing in Christmas time?
What?
Christmas
time, yes. They're saying that it's hopefully to come around Christmas time, so fingers crossed for that one.
That sounds awesome. Reagan, thanks so much. Now, Ethan, what can you give with us with one with
I didn't even know that was a story. I am extremely happy. I'm a big fan of Friends and The Office. Those are easily the two most watched shows that I watch. On Netflix, I switch off in between them all the time.
Of course.
Office definitely is my favorite, and I would love for that to happen.
Yes.
But first, I would love to see the rain move out, and that's going to happen tomorrow early in the day. 51 degrees tomorrow, clouds decreasing as we go through the day tomorrow. Our next chance of rain comes on Saturday, so we get a slight break, and that'll be Saturday afternoon, 53 degrees. Easter looks good. It's just going to be cold, 44 degrees, but mostly sunny skies. Then on Monday, 52 with partly cloudy skies. And then on Tuesday, we're still a little bit far out, but as we keep looking, 70% chance of rain on Tuesday. That'll be mainly in the afternoon and evening hours. Not expecting a complete washout. Just 58 degrees. And then beginning on Wednesday, look at that, 46 degrees. We're going to be getting another cold spell, unfortunately, even though as much as I want summer and spring to come, we get a nice little taste Monday and Tuesday, but mid-40s Wednesday and Thursday with partly cloudy skies as we get into Thursday as well.
Okay, well, what I'm hearing is that there's a little bit of time this week before Sunday to start making an Easter basket.
Yep, you still have some time. You definitely have some time. Just remember, it's going to be cold, and if you remember last year's Easter, it was in the 70s. You all remember that? You brought it up before.
Yeah, it was
I remember I was picking out sandals, painting my toes. I was ready for Easter Sunday.
Exactly. This year we might be bundling up kind of a little bit. I mean, not horrible, but...
Exactly. The coolest day of the 7 day.
All right, that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch our midday update tomorrow at noon, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a great night.
been watching NewsLink Indiana in high definition.